Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at these LED flashlight gloves. So these were provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase some of these, I'll put a link to them in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So I like having lots of things in my toolkit for lighting things up. So I have regular flashlights, I have headlamps, and I had never seen these before, and these are flashlights that are built into gloves. So here's a little graphic of it here. So let's get these out and just look at them. Now I thought this is an interesting way to light something up because it puts the lights directly where you're actually working. So here's a user manual here. It talks about the different parts. It has two LEDs in them, has a switch, removable electric part including battery, Type-C charging port with anti-dust cap, fastening strap with Velcro. So it has a left and a right hand one, and I'll demonstrate how this works. This talks about how to remove the electric parts. We can recharge a battery with USB Type-C, and it says we can hand wash or machine wash, hang to dry. And if I was machine washing this, I'd probably put it in a little, like a mesh laundry bag. I like to do that for small items. So the material is PVC polyester. Charging time is 1.5 hours. Working time is 10 hours. Battery capacity is 110 milliamp hours. Input current and voltage is 500 milliamps at 5 volts. Output current and voltage is 6 milliamps at 3 volts. Power is 20 milliwatts. Okay, so this comes with a case to keep them in. It does come with two charging cables, so you can charge them at the same time. That's really handy, so you don't have to swap them back and forth. So we need to see which one is the right and the left. So the longer finger is the index finger. So with this one, it would be this. So I'll loosen the Velcro. And I will put that on. Just going to see if this fits different on the other hand. Actually, I think that's correct. There. Okay. Put the other one on. There we go. So now I can press this button here to turn them on and off. Okay. I'm going to turn the overhead light off. So here you can see the light. It has a light coming off my thumb and index finger. Now I have not charged these yet, so there is certainly a potential that these lights are not at full charge and not at full brightness, but they're probably pretty close, I'm guessing. So here I have this here. I can read this. There's a lot of glare on the camera, but in person I can easily read this from the lights, just from these gloves here. So being that there's 4 lights on here, if you're working on something with 2 hands, it's going to increase the odds that whatever you're working on is getting lit up by at least one of these lights, if not more. So like right now, there's light coming in from 4 different directions in the center of my hands because it's coming in from all 4 LEDs. Now, certainly if I was working like with one hand like this and the other like this, it's going to have the light from my right hand, in the center, and these other ones are going to be pointing off to the side. So it does depend on the position of your hands, but since there's 4 lights, it increases the chance that some of the lights are going to hit what you're working on. So let's get these charged up. So I'll turn them off first. It has a little port here, and open that up, access the charge port, and I'll plug it into a USB charger. So you can use this, any phone charger, computer, wall outlet with USB. There are many options for charging these. So these can be removed for washing. So I'll just pop the fish out of here like so. Then I'll kind of turn it sideways. And then I will stick my finger in here and I'll pop these LEDs out like so. And we have the light unit out there. So then to put it back, we'll fish these 2 sides in and I'll put the LED lights through those holes. Then I'll take the control, slide it in here. And there we are. So as hinted at by the fish here on the controller, these would also be good for night fishing. So I'm going to let these charge up and then I'll find an application to demonstrate them in. Okay, so I wanted to find an application where these could potentially be used. And I found one at my furnace here. So it's very dark where my furnace control panel is. So if I'm working on this, I need some sort of light. Now sometimes I might wear like a headlamp, but the problem with the headlamp is the light is up high and I really need the light down low if I was doing something here. So I have the glove here, and I have both of them on. I'm holding the camera with my left hand, but I can turn the light on there too. You can see it's kind of illuminating. This is actually the hand that's holding my camera has the light on it. But if I have my other hand here too, I can go in here and I can work on this, and it's illuminating exactly what I need. So if I needed to remove this tube here, these lights, as I'm moving my hand around, light up what I need, and then I can go down here and I can pull this tube, or I could say pull this connector here. Now I don't want to poke around here too much because this is actually powered up. Now of course if I had both of my hands free, then I'd have double the light. So I could potentially be doing something with one hand while the other hand is just aiming the light. So here I'm at an engine and I have the LED flashlight gloves on. So let me put my hands in here and you can see it lights it up quite a bit. So I have the 4 LEDs on here. It's lighting up kind of a wide area, but as I work on things, it's moving the light to where my hands are. So there's a connector over here. If I was going to unplug that, it's lit up perfectly. I'm going to check this hose over here. Looks good. Check this fitting. It's lighting up what I'm working on because it's moving with my hands. Now, needless to say, you can move these lights to where you're working. Like I could move this light and point it towards a fitting or something. But with 4 LEDs, the chances that it's actually pointing at something you'll need are pretty high in the area that I'm working on things. So that makes it very convenient to work hands-free. So now I'm back at my bench here, and I noticed that if I turn these on and hold it down, they'll start flashing. And this will flash in an SOS pattern. So if you're out lost in the woods, you could turn this on. But you could also potentially turn these on if you're, say, running, riding a bike, doing some kind of outdoor activity at night, just so people can see you. Like if you're running on a sidewalk, this would make it so you're more visible so cars don't hit you. Now, someone who's really good at Morse code might notice the Morse code coming out of the lights, but I'm guessing if you're moving, running with these, people aren't really noticing the flash interval. They just see the lights flashing and they know someone's there. So those are the LED flashlight gloves. I use floodlights, I use headlamps. This will be another light I can add to my arsenal. I like that it puts the light where my hands are. So many times when I'm using something like a headlamp, it puts the light straight ahead of me. Also, headlamps sometimes glare off of my glasses. That's not a problem with these lights. These could also help with light pollution if you want a minimal amount of light on where you're working. So if you're in an area that's sensitive to light, this could be very useful. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.